I don't know if there's anybody in IWC, Jayworth, who has more momentum and more inspiration behind his actions than Jimmy Nuts has over 2015. He's risen up through the down. Oh, hey! Oh, that's Wardlow, Jimmy Nuts' scheduled opponent. And, Jimmy Nuts into the post. Just about to talk about everything Jimmy Nuts has overcome over the past 8 or 10 months. John McChesney out of the picture. Joseph Brooks out of the picture. Fighting Team LeBar on his own to prove something to everybody. Especially the man that ostracized and oppressed him those many years ago, Justin LeBar. But now Wardlow not even giving Jimmy Nuts a fair shake.
Well, like you said, he had momentum coming into this. Great way to cut that momentum off. Get right behind him and smack him in the back of the head.
It was an amazing display of guts and determination that led to Jimmy Nuts defeating Bill Collier at our Proving Ground event. And Jimmy Nuts drives the feet into Wardlow. As big and dominant as Bill Collier is, Wardlow, he's even bigger. Wardlow may even be tougher. This may be the biggest test Jimmy Nuts has faced one-on-one.
I have a hard time arguing with that. Big Bill Collier's huge. Wardlow's that big, if not bigger.
And Jimmy Nuts now sends Wardlow to the post. Wardlow's momentum working against him.
And Jimmy Nuts up to the top rope.
Jimmy Nuts taking a chance. Plancha connects, and Jimmy Nuts, not an aerialist, but you can see that look in his eye. Jimmy Nuts knows it's all on the line, and you gotta go all out here at IWC Cage Fury.
If he wants to capitalize on this momentum, he can't let it stop here. Can't let a sneak attack from behind ruin what he's doing.
Oh, Wardlow. Wardlow trips up Jimmy Nuts. The bell sounds to begin this match. Yes, believe it or not, everything we saw was extracurricular. And now Wardlow, oh, that power! Oh, Jimmy Nuts got lost over halfway across that ring.
Almost pillar to pillar there, Joe.
And there's a near fall. Wardlow could shut down Jimmy Nuts in one fell swoop here for Justin LeBar. Nuts has been nipping at the heels of Team LeBar for a long, long time now, and Jimmy Nuts is not going to stop until he has proven that he as an individual is stronger than Team LeBar collectively.
Which is a hell of a thing to try and prove, Joe. I mean, stronger than one person, you might be able to do it. Stronger than, what's LeBar up to, 4 or 5 people within Team LeBar?
And not just any people. Look at the horses he has. Collier, then Wardlow, and we find out that apparently Rhino's the latest member.
And while RJ City not here, we can't count him out.
Well, RJ City not part of the company at this time, but you're right, they still have ties.
Yeah.
Wardlow, huge power slam.
And let's not forget, LeBar has money. We don't know who else could be bought at any given moment.
Well, I mean, that's what Rhino's always marched to the beat of the drum of. He's always been kind of a hired mercenary, whether he was working for Steve Corino and the network in ECW, or whether he was taking on odd jobs in TNA. If you've got the price, Rhino will be the muscle behind your mouth, and that's exactly what's happened with Justin LeBar. Wardlow with a cover now finds 2. And with Rhino potentially your next IWC champion, it scares me to think about the IWC title under control of Justin LeBar. Remember, he's had it before, but just for a moment with RJ City.
Very true. By the end of the night, we could see the IWC title being delivered to LeBar. Or ready to be delivered to LeBar.
Yeah, LeBar, I guess, via satellite from New York City.
Oh!
Apparently he always has his stooges nearby watching on.
Boy, Jimmy Nuts took a boot to the face and just egged Wardlow on.
And Jimmy Nuts, I'll tell you what, he would get my vote for most improved IWC wrestler of 2015. I really admired this kid and his heart and his dedication to fight as long and as hard as he has. But man, Wardlow may be that blockade that he just can't overcome.
Well, so far, 2015, what he's shown is how deep his reserves go. He has...
Oh. What's Wardlow, 275 pounds or so?
Yeah, I'd put him about that.
And Wardlow shocked that wasn't it. But Wardlow, if you underestimate Jimmy Nuts, could be a bit of a longer night than you anticipated.
Very true. Like I said, he has reserves for miles. He can take a beating.
Yeah, you got to respect the hell out of that. But LeBar has assembled so much mass, such an army around him to protect him. And what about the gall of LeBar to say he doesn't feel safe here when he's got heavies like this hanging around him?
You don't feel safe, you don't feel safe.
Well, I think LeBar...
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes gone by.
What that tells me in my head is that LeBar still believes there's a chance Jimmy Nuts can do this. LeBar knows how good Jimmy Nuts is. The question is, can Jimmy Nuts dig down and realize and remember how good he is? Or can Wardlow just overwhelm him? Oh, you heard that impact.
Wow, crack like a whip. Oh.
Jimmy Nuts can be a deceptively good striker, but the power of Wardlow with one hand.
Jimmy Nuts held on, trying to make sure he doesn't get caught here.
And Nuts up and over. Modified flatliner takedown, and that was the high impact that Jimmy Nuts needed.
Well, don't listen to these mouth breathers. Stay on Wardlow. Playing to the fans, it's a mistake, Nuts.
Could be time for that cutter, but a counter. Wardlow bomb. Wardlow bomb will end this for Jimmy Nuts' journey for sure.
He has him up.
Way up high. Oh, and he got all of it.
Good night, Irene.
That'll do it. Oh! No one has kicked out of the Wardlow bomb.
Well, no one but Jimmy Nuts.
Until the here and the now, and Wardlow is incensed. He can't believe it.
And now this is a mistake on Wardlow's part. Don't let that freak you out. Stay on him. Hit it again. Stomp him in the face. Don't just stand there.
Keep in mind, Wardlow's still a raw rookie. LeBar plucked him from the undercard of IWC Wrestling. He won the Ric Flair Invitational Battle Royal, but Wardlow, this is the highest profile match Wardlow's been in my estimation.
Oh, you heard the crack of that, of the fingers on face there.
And Jimmy Nuts trying to fight back from his knees. Again, the resolve, the resiliency of Jimmy Nuts shining through. Is it smart to go after that big chest? Oh, now to the face, to the abdomen. Nuts all over the place.
Oh.
Including on Wardlow's back. Nuts breaks free. Oh, collision in the corner. Wardlow got the best of it.
Yeah, it looked like Wardlow got an elbow or a fist out there.
Yeah, Nuts was
awkward angle from where we're at.
Nuts was charging in. Nuts hesitated a bit. I think Nuts knew Wardlow was waiting for him, couldn't put the brakes on fast enough. That elevated kick certainly does its job. What is this?
Well, he's got
Nuts. Oh, what? That modified stunner, that cutter from up top. And now the standard version. Jimmy Nuts. Can he do it? Jimmy Nuts got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, America's next great success story, Jimmy Nuts.
Jimmy Nuts got him, but Jay Worth, boy, did he barely get him. Wardlow's shoulder looked like it was coming up, but the referee's call, I agree with it. Definitely down for 3, and Jimmy Nuts has slayed 2 giants in a row.
Yeah, very true. If it was 3.5 to win the contest, he wouldn't have won it. But he got him down for the 3. Wardlow looks absolutely perplexed over it.
Let's hear from the success story himself. And listen to this ovation for Jimmy Nuts.
Just in the bar, you lined them up, Jimmy Nuts. Knock them down. And seeing as Justin Plummer's not around for the night, I'm going to take this opportunity to declare myself the #1 contender for the IWC Heavyweight Championship.
Whoa!
Whether it be Rhino or Tommy Dreamer, it will be my honor to compete against one of my heroes for the grandest prize in independent professional wrestling. Let's go nuts.
As the Dream would say, that's some risky business, stepping in a fight against either Tommy Dreamer or Rhino.
You know, I don't disagree with his logic, but it's not him to say. It's not up to him to say.
But it's hard to argue with the role he's been on.
Very true.
Jimmy Nuts keeps aiming higher. The meteoric rise continues. We're going nuts here in IWC.